Hi guys, welcome back to Kristen and Katie Read. I'm Kristen.
I'm Katie.
And we like to
Listen.
Wow. We didn't even talk about it. Who would have thought that the natural reaction to talking about an audiobook would be ding. Okay, so we just got done talking about spoiler-free version of The Inadequate Heir.
Yes.
But then we rolled right into the spoiler filled, and spoiler alert, we had a lot to say. So here we are.
So much to say.
Part 2. So this is spoiler filled. We are going to be talking about specific plot points in The Inadequate Heir, book 3 of the Bridge Kingdom series by Danielle L Jensen.
So let's dial up the portal that Jace always knows how to use and Clary never does, and jump right into The Inadequate Heir.
Woo! This is your warning. We're now transitioning into
Warning.
spoilers.
Warning. Spoilers. Are you gonna put something here?
I might.
I'm excited.
Katie, the boat scene. Let's
boat.
go right to what we care
Are
about.
we just going to the explicit content?
Explicit. I mean, them passionately doing it on the edge of the boat and her being like,
If he let me go, I would fall into the ocean.
yeah, there's something about the,
My God.
the risk of death that just gets the people going.
They live for the risk of death.
Yeah, and the risk of
Literally.
being caught.
Yes.
My God.
Literally, whenever she's like, I tried so hard not to make any noise. And I'm like, okay, but did you?
The words to
But did
describe their climaxes are everything. I mean, these people,
They fuck.
they're fucking. And they are fucking a lot.
Yeah. I did think it was so wild of you to think that they were going to have sex 2 chapters after meeting. And Danielle L Jensen agreed with me. So, they had not even spoken in chapter 7, and Kristen thought that they were going to have sex in chapter 10. I said chapter 20.
Okay, put out there what you want in the world. What is that?
Manifesting?
I meant my manifesting things. I thought it was going to be like a for sure, like, hey, and they were going to just pop on up there
Popping up where?
to a room and fuck.
I said chapter 20.
It's going to be like a
And we were
one-night stand.
both still wrong because it didn't happen until chapter 30.
Yes, and in hindsight, these are shorter chapters. Sometimes a chapter can be like 3 to 7 minutes, like very short chapters. So I understand, but I need to go back and listen. How many days after they meet before
I
they
mean,
have
it's
sex?
not a lot. It's not a lot. Like, you weren't
Honestly,
wrong.
it's too many. I wish they would have done it the first night they met.
Okay.
I don't think it's true to Zara's character,
So-
but it is absolutely true to Karis's character.
Based on what we know
My
about
God.
Karis, he is slutty, man, and I'm here for it.
I love it. It
I
just really.
love slutty Karis.
I do too. I also love like a brooding boy that's just like, I just want
Yeah.
peace, and every woman wants me.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that he was
Yeah,
like,
he's right.
His first, well, I guess his second sexual encounter that we see him with the woman that he pays, the sex worker. He is starting to like her, and so whenever she's like,
Oh my gosh, you're right.
do you want to know my name? He's like, nope, I'm good.
Because he just can't let
He just
himself. He has to
can't.
hurt them to save himself. You know,
Yeah.
to save them.
To
really.
save them, because
he wants to know her name.
literally, it's like everyone that he loves or thinks about being interested in dies.
It's some real Will Herondale shit. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that right now. And I'm here
100%.
for it. It's a trope I love. Push the people that you love away to save them.
I
yes.
love a sad slutty boy.
I do too.
And there's just something
It-
about them.
It's classic. It's well executed here.
Agreed.
I love it. I also love a girl who's like, I don't have time for boys.
I do too. Love Zara. I love that Zara is like, it takes a little bit for her to like be interested in someone. And I do think that it's like, I mean, it's very bookish, I think, for them to like not fall in love with each other, but like start this relationship based on like their ideals for what they want in the world. And then it's like, and then they like finally are like, oh, and she was so beautiful. And she like doesn't even know the color of his eyes. And that's how she finds out who he is.
How dark is it where they are?
It must be very dark. Very dark.
I
indeed.
did find that a little shocking, but maybe it's like there are people with blue eyes, but not like that.
Valiant blue.
That blue. I was some real Clark Kent stuff, and I'm not mad about it. I will 100% support that alias, that disguise.
I mean, he was fine, like trying to be disguised, but of course,
But he's also not dressed like a prince.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
doesn't expect that the prince you know, has these types of, like, is totally acting the opposite of the way that she would think that the prince of Maradrina would be acting. So I get it. You overlook. It's like, oh, they're kind of blue, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. For the plot, I love it. I love a little, like,
cold
her getting
light
chased.
of day.
Yes. Her getting chased, her getting captured, him being like, I gotta save her. It's great. I loved Laura's scene when she saves Aaron. Amazing.
All Laura and Aaron content in this book are 10 out of 10. I love every moment.
To be clear, it's perfect.
To be clear, all of the interactions that we see from Karis and Zara's point of view that have Laura and Aaron in them are my favorite parts of the book.
When they're like, they made it through the desert, I'm like, oh my God.
I know. Like,
did they?
To hear other people, like, talk about their, like, their
incredible
adventures
journey.
and
Yes,
their
it's
events.
wild.
It's so great. And I want to go ahead and talk about this.
What?
I've seen a lot of people be like, I'm Team Karis.
Why do we have to choose?
I don't know, but let me tell you, they're forcing me to, and I'll pick Aaron every time.
Here's my thing. I 100% am also picking Aaron. I'm confused. What Karis says at the end of this book should be, like, we already know that Aaron's a great guy. Karis has chosen her over people's lives. Like, we can't be picking him.
Right.
I love him. I want him to be redeemed. I want him to go save her and save the country. And
With Laura.
With Laura, obviously,
Amazing.
he needs her. Clearly, no plan is executed without Laura. I truly can't.
None.
She is everything.
I also love that, like, they were lied to about, like, her intentions for the break-in. They were like, of course, well, like, she has to, like, kill the king. And she's like, I'm not here to do that.
Yeah.
I'm here to, like, make a plan work, and you're messing it up.
Yes, I really liked how that came to light, how Zara realized that his aunt, Karis's aunt, was, like, manipulating her because if she knew she wanted to kill the king, it's all she ever wanted, but if she killed the king,
she would die.
She would start a war. I mean, she would
further
the war. She would further the war when it needed to be someone else. So, like, if his own daughter does it.
I loved Coraline.
Yeah. And her storyline makes sense. Her motives all make perfect sense.
I love it.
She loves
the
Karis.
palace intrigue is so great.
So good. I thought about this in the second one. I wish we had more palace intrigue in it. I'm so glad that so much of this sneaking in, like, the multiple times Zara almost kills him. I was like, oh my God, what are we doing?
I know. Especially knowing that Laura kills him.
And yet I'm on the edge of my seat. I was like,
the edge of my seat.
I don't understand. So then you're like, well, she doesn't kill him, so she's probably about to get caught. Or, like, right? Like, you start creating all these other scenarios.
But then you know that she has to be in Valcata, like that Zara gets out too.
It makes it more of a mystery because you know where it's building towards. So
it's crazy.
It's interesting the first time. I'm curious what it'll be like reading it again.
Yeah, I mean, you should really try reading it with the Traitor Queen out.
I'm probably gonna do it.
Wild.
I mean,
It's so
don't
funny.
tempt me with a good time, Katie. I'll do it.
I will say that I do think it's funny. I think it's funny seeing, like, what Karis thinks about Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how dumb he thinks Aaron is. And, like, Aaron thinks that Karis is just, like, so cruel and manipulative. And it's like, they're both right.
Yeah.
But, like,
Aaron
they just think the least amount of each other possible.
It's just, like, the characteristics that they value the most, where it's like,
right,
Aaron likes to believe the best in people, whereas Karis is more of a realist.
And that Karis is like, what an idiot for trusting my sister.
Yeah. I love it. But he ultimately does too. So where this book ends is betrayal. And I'm devastated. What is this island that she's on? Also, okay, prediction that we did get right. The queen was in on the murder.
Yes, I was so happy. I'm not happy. I mean, obviously not happy because, like, she loves her aunt. But like, novel-wise, yes, narrative-wise, it made the most sense. And it makes sense for us to pivot from Silas being the only person that she has a vendetta against now. Because we all knew that Laura got the privilege of killing him.
So she's now on this, like, really, I'm imagining,
like, Azkaban.
Well, that's not what I was picturing, but yes, I was picturing Smallville.
Oh,
what is it called? You know what I'm talking about. The Phantom Zone.
That's funny.
I'm assuming that she's probably responsible for sending several people here. We're gonna meet new characters here. She's gonna be an ally.
Kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Like Gamora, like, being in the prison.
Yeah, like other bad guys that like they've like crossed and stuff. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah. I'm very interested. I wonder how long she will be there before Karis and Laura get there.
Because, okay, so if it's going in the same way as book 2, it'll be months.
Kitty, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, isn't it pretty far away?
Because Aaron and Zara are captives in Valencia for months.
Yeah. Which makes sense for
Right.
the plot of, like, that actually makes sense, but you don't want to spend that many chapters reading.
Right.
I forget about all the time jumps because it's a world and we're traveling the world in
Right.
this. Yeah.
Here's the deal. I have complete faith in Zara.
At 100% she does. You know, she's probably going to be, like, getting off the island when they
Yeah,
go up,
exactly.
which I would love.
I would love it if, like, in Suicide Squad,
Yeah,
whenever
they're like-
Harley Quinn is like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we came to rescue you.
I love it.
That would be great.
Okay. Can we do predictions?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I have
Okay.
so many.
So my prediction is that the war will get worse before it gets better. Update. It's a hot take. Volcata will turn on the Empress when they find out that she had something to do with Zara's mom's death, and that will be one of the things that they can use to, like, bring peace.
Well, and
Do you
I'll
think?
add to this, yes,
Okay.
because there are rebels in the south of Volcata.
Yeah. And what is south of Volcata?
And I think that her dad is the leader. Like, I think that Zara's dad is still alive.
I love it. Update. That's a hot take. I love that.
Thank you. I've been cooking that one up.
Update. Laura's gonna get pregnant.
See, I don't think so.
Yeah, Katie, I'm telling you.
I don't
What
think
if
that
Zara's
she will.
pregnant? What if Zara's pregnant on this island?
See, I would almost rather Zara be pregnant
I just freaked
than
myself
Laura
out.
and Aaron, because
What if they want babies, Katie?
I mean,
she's gonna. What if
fully
she wants
support
to
that.
break the cycle? Of,
but I don't want that to be like, oh, now she's happy she has to have a baby.
yeah,
I almost
can
would rather
also
it
see
be
her,
a
like-
baby's in peril.
Yeah.
You have to go save it. No, I just kind of wanted it to be like, I guess, after the events of all these books.
also, like, he's the king, and I kind of feel like in a world where we have monarchs, like, we kind of need a descendant.
I mean, you're not wrong. I guess I'm just hoping it's not in this book. Like, maybe like book 6.
Maybe it's a flash forward. What
Sure.
are this called? Maybe
Like
it's in an epilogue.
Yeah, which would be fine. I need to see Aaron. No, I need to see Anna.
Okay, maybe she
And
doesn't
Heir,
get
though.
pregnant in this one. Maybe she is pregnant in Anna's book, if we get that.
Yeah, which would be fine with me.
And then Anna's an aunt. And then Anna comes to visit
And then
the
you get-
child.
Aunt Anna.
Antana.
Antana.
Antana Bay.
Get out.
What other predictions do you have?
Okay.
I think they'll have sex. Probably on a boat again.
Probably. They love a good
I don't
boat.
know. No, I think they'll be mad at
love
it.
a
I
good
think
boat.
she'll get out or he'll save her or it's a combination of both. And then on the boat right away, they won't talk. They'll be mad the whole time at each other because she can't forgive him. And then they'll fuck when they get back on land.
Do you think? I love that you think the boat is gonna play so heavily into this.
The boat was a big part of this
I
book.
think the
Katie.
boat was a big part of this book.
They basically had a threesome with the boat.
No.
I'm delusional.
You are. Okay.
I'm-
I think that both Aaron and Laura will go to help.
Yeah, what do you think he's just gonna let her go? Unless it's like Peace was just bride, truly can't leave the people. But I just can't. Aaron, it seems true to his character that he could not let her out of his sight. Especially after all the shenanigans with the sharks. My God.
Oh my god. The sharks.
Oh my gosh.
But I do think that Laura is going to be like, you totally fucked Aaron all over.
Yeah.
And like, why should we help you?
Yeah, I think she'll be pissed.
Yeah. Because like, it was his plan that caused like all of that caused the attack on Arnold.
Yeah, they're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, prediction. Everybody's pissed at Karis. Update me. Update.
Same.
He's not the best.
Same. Karis, what the fuck? I don't know. It's hard because like Zara is so like morally in the right.
Yeah.
Like she's what everyone wants to be.
Yeah.
She's so good and she's so like, I don't want to die, but I'm willing to die for this thing that I think is right.
But she doesn't feel like she's that good because she was so led by vengeance for so long that she didn't see the bigger picture. And she doesn't feel like she's like this really good person.
Which is the best kind of good person.
That's so true because she thinks she's flawed. I mean,
yes, and I love it.
I like she was raised that way. It's just like it's like she holds herself accountable. And it's like this is what you were told was true by someone who loved you and cared for you. Of course, you believed
Who
it.
literally like rode in and saved you from holding your mom's like
Right.
decapitated head.
of course you follow this person who has treated you well. And the king is bad. Update. So, like, it all checks out. So, I was shocked that her friend died.
I was shocked that her friend died. I was not shocked that the brother died. I thought that he would have to get out of the way. I was shocked that the magpie died.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh my god. Okay.
Another splat.
Karis. His death bringing upon, triggering all those other things to come out. That's why Zara's on the freaking island to begin with. So much splatting happening.
So much splatting.
It was very interesting. I like kind of was like, man, I wish he would have stayed alive. So like because he's such a like he's like
Tywin. He's like you hate
spider.
Tywin. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking he's like the spider. Because he's Varys, yeah. Because he's not in power, but he's like whispering into the wind. But yeah, a lot like Littlefinger.
But just like like Littlefinger or like Tywin, like they were also interesting to like watch play the game.
But I think
you can hate him.
Yeah. I think we will still see, like, he will still have ripple effects through this next book. Because I think he's put so many things into place that the magpie will still be discussed. But yeah, wow, how shocking is that?
But I do like it. It's almost like a clean slate for, like, Zara and Karis to, like, have their own enemies and, like, their own battles. Like, that Karis now has to contend with himself. That, like, the magpie beat him. Like, in the final game, the magpie beat him.
Yeah. And, like, his strength is not, like, brute strength. It's plotting.
Right.
And planning, whatever you call that.
So I do think that's very fitting. Because, like, he kind of makes fun of Arryn for, like, Arryn is, like, a war strategist.
Yeah.
And obviously the bridge fell under his watch. And Karis is, like, a political strategist. And his whole life crumbled because he, like, wasn't the best at it.
Yes, Katie. Oh, my gosh. Give her flowers.
And that's all I just, I don't know. You, like, set it up like you had a lot more to say, and then that's all you said. Okay, but I'll just say what I say, which is to, as always, please stay incest-free. Bye. Bye.